Ordering prescription glasses online always sounded like the fastest way to ruin my eyesight, but after years of avoiding it, I finally gave in and decided to test the process myself. And honestly, I was fully prepared for chaos. Here expected wrong measurements, lopsided frames, blurry lenses, and a migraine waiting to happen. But I also realized something else. With work from home life, kids running around, and a schedule that barely gives me room to breathe, going to a store just wasn't happening. I needed a backup pair, and I needed them without spending a fortune or dedicating half a day to shopping. So I dove in, trusting the internet with my vision, which already felt like a questionable life choice. For context, my eyes are basically useless without lenses, which is why you normally see me wearing contacts in videos. Glasses, they're the backup squad. The reserve team, don't talk to me, I'm tired look. And because I don't wear them every day, I want them to be fun, bold colors, funky shapes, something with personality. If I'm going to look blind, at least let me look fabulous. So I set out to find the perfect pair that could survive being tossed onto countertops, stolen by a toddler, dropped in a toy box, or knocked off my face because gravity hates me.
Oh.
My first stop was the big name everybody whispers about when you mention online glasses, Warby Parker. I figured, great, this will be easy. Spoiler, it was not the magical rainbow experience I hoped for. Their selection looked promising online, but the moment I actually started choosing frames to try on at home, the options shrank fast. Even when they arrived, the colors were so dull in person I wondered if my retinas were broken. I ordered 5 frames because that's the limit, and immediately noticed that none of them felt like me. One pair was tiny and sat so awkwardly on my face that I felt like a cartoon character squinting through windows. The others were fine, but that was the problem. I didn't want fine. I wanted yes queen. Things got more complicated when I switched over to websites like Glasses USA and Eyewear. These sites don't just send you empty sample frames, oh no. They send you the real deal with your actual prescription already in them. Sounds great, right? Except now I had 2 weeks to decide or else my wallet would cry. And here's where online glasses go from fun to frustrating. They want your pupillary distance, your PD, the measurement between your pupils. And guess what? My optometrist didn't have it on file. I've ordered glasses from them before, yet apparently, collecting that one tiny piece of data is too much to ask. So now I'm standing in front of a mirror, holding a paper ruler under my eyebrows, trying not to blink while estimating millimeters like I'm defusing a bomb. Eventually, I recruited someone else in the house, because clearly I cannot be trusted with numbers. Turns out my PD is 60, not 62, which some websites casually suggest as a default. Please do not listen to that advice unless you enjoy headaches and blurry vision. Once my measurements were set, and I picked my lenses high index, anti-scratch, anti-reflective, anti-me-dropping-them-every-5-minutes, the orders were in. Within a week, 2 gorgeous candy-colored frames from Glasses USA showed up, followed by a beautifully bold purple pair from Eyewear. The moment I tried them on, I realized why ordering multiple pairs was the safest choice. One of them made me look like a retired librarian from a 1950s soap opera. The colors were stunning, but the shape, not even close. The second pair from Glasses USA had the opposite problem. They fit, but something felt off. The Eyewear pair, though, that one immediately stood out. Not just because the color popped like a comic book illustration, but because the comfort was unreal. The spring hinges were flexible, the fit was secure, and the eye strain was way less aggressive. It felt like slipping into a pair of shoes you've magically owned for years. But the biggest relief, returns were painless. I bubble-wrapped the frames I didn't want like I was shipping a newborn baby, took photos just in case, and sent them back. No follow-up emails? No passive-aggressive, are you sure? Messages? Just a smooth, silent refund. Meanwhile, my new purple pair became my go-to house glasses. Reliable, cute, and surprisingly durable for something that barely cost over $100 with all the upgrades included. Of course, I didn't want the story to end with just my experience, so I dragged 2 other producers into this adventure. One wanted a budget-friendly pair for everyday wear. The other had a more complicated prescription with progressive lenses, meaning accuracy was everything. And to my surprise, Both of them ended up loving their glasses. One saved more than half the price she would have paid at her doctor's office. The other found frames she wouldn't have considered in person, and they ended up fitting perfectly. Every one of us had a different style, a different budget, and a different prescription. And we still made it work. Were there moments of confusion? Yes. Did we all measure our PD like panicked raccoons staring into a mirror? Also yes. But in the end, ordering glasses online wasn't just doable, it was actually kind of fun. So if you're sitting there, squinting at your screen, wondering whether online glasses are a disaster waiting to happen, I'm here to tell you, it's not nearly as scary as it seems. Just take your time, check the return policies, and don't be afraid to order more than one pair if the store allows it. Whether you're looking for simple, fancy, quirky, cheap, or high-tech lenses, there's an online shop that fits your vibe. And hey, if you've tried buying glasses online, drop your experience in the comments. Did you love it? Hate it? Did your glasses make you look like a fashionable icon or a confused cartoon character? Share the chaos. Share the wins. Because trust me, we can absolutely nerd out about this.